What's up? Dennis here, Analog Archives. All right. I know it's been a minute, man. It's been the summer. I've just been doing stuff. I know you guys have been asking for more stuff. Like, what are you doing next? And, um, what do you got planned? And I do have a lot of stuff planned. Been trying to get on live streams when I can. Like I said, it's just the summer. I've been doing stuff. I just have a lot of stuff I'm doing with friends and family. So it is what it is. I will try to do more videos coming up for sure. I do have a lot planned. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. Do some different stuff here and there. But anyways, this is a contest video for having over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I would have never fucking imagined having more than like fucking 50 subscribers, let alone 1,000. So it's just badass, man. I don't know what to say. Just like thanks for watching and listening to me fucking babble on about metal and whatnot. But so the contest, and the reason I started, the reason I started the channel basically about 2 years ago. I would post a lot of stuff on Instagram, which I still do. Check me out over at Analog Archives. I know, stretch of a name, right? But anyways, I was posting a lot of stuff and I wanted to talk about it, and it was really hard for me to write. I didn't want to write like a paragraph about a fucking record. You know what I mean? And it's like I want to say something about this, but I can't because it's very limited to like just pictures, right? So I kind of saw a lot of people doing videos, and I was like, man, maybe I should try that. So I did, and it worked. So I've been doing this for about 2 years. I met a lot of awesome people. I can't believe how many people I met through my videos, through Instagram. Just the metal community, man. It's fucking awesome. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Do appreciate it. What we are jamming is the Graphic Violence from Scranton, Pennsylvania, 1992. Fucking shit, fucking rules, man. Check it out. Brutal thrash. Nobody talks about. Another reason I started the channel. Talk about bands that nobody talks about. Give them some exposure, man. Bring some of these bands to life that I listen to. There's only so much you can listen to, right? As far as like the main bands go. And I've learned that since an early age, that I always wanted to hear more. There's got to be another band out there. Let me check out this band, and so on and so forth, right? And I'm still doing it to this day. Is finding all the most obscure shit I can find. Ever since I was doing tape trading in the 90s. But anyways, the contest. It's going to be 4 questions, kind of. There's like kind of add-ons to the questions. Kind of what I want to see here is like a lot of people that do comments. A lot of my comments don't have channels. Like, do a video. Do a quick video, man. There's no rules to this video. You can just put one thing on it if you want. You could talk about one thing. Wear a mask. I don't know. People get self-conscious. I get it. But that would be cool to like actually see some more people's stuff and get more people involved in like the fucking vinyl community, right? It would be. I mean, it doesn't have to be vinyl. It can be whatever you fucking want, man. Like I said, I go overboard on my shit just because I'm just like that. I'm like, oh, I want to show this. I want to show that. But that's just me. You don't have to do that. So the way it's going to work, if you make a video, cool, man. I'm going to put in 2 entries. Make sure you tell me you made a video so I can go check it out. And then if you want to subscribe, that's fine. Whatever. I'm not going to be like, you have to be a subscriber to be part of the contest. I don't care. As long as you make the video. What else? If you just want to write your list, like you're like, nah, dude, I don't really want to make a video or I don't have time. Go ahead, write the list. I'll put in 1 entry for you. And then we'll do, probably like in a month, we'll do like September 13th. We'll fucking do a drawing. Or right around there. don't fucking quote me on it. Like, it's the 13th, bro. Where's the contest? It'll be around in that general area, okay? I'll try to make it on the 13th. What else? So the question's going to be 4 questions. Just answer them, show your shit. Some are going to be show and tell. Some are just going to be like answer the question. So it should be fun. Try to make them a little bit unique here. So what we're drinking is the Pabst Blue Ribbon. Used to be the beer of the hipster, right? So first, nobody gave a shit about Pabst, right? Then all the hipsters drank Pabst. And then it kind of fell off to like Olympia and Schlitz and Hams, which is weird. Hams sucks, man. I fucking hate that beer. Schlitz I can drink. But Olympia's okay. But I got sick on Hams one time. I drank like 2 cans. And I was like, oh, God, this shit sucks. And I've never drinking it since. So, yeah, Hams. You'll go to like some bars and they'll have fucking Schlitz on tap or something. And I'm like, that's weird. Anyways, what we were talking about. Oh, yeah, the contest. All right, so let's get this thing started. So this one, tell me about your favorite shows or concerts and why. All right, so for me, these aren't in any order, but the Exodus reunion when Bailoff came back to Exodus, fuck, man, that show, fucking amazing. It was in a club, I remember, packed, man, packed. I was right in the front row. And I think, well, I know there's a live CD of it or vinyl. I think it's on vinyl now. But check that out. It's cool, man. Just Bailoff's banter in between songs is amazing. It's fucking hilarious. Not a better frontman in thrash that I could ever think of, man. That guy was just fucking on it all the time with the fucking banner and just, he goes 100 every fucking show. Just amazing, man. Just an awesome show. And it was cool to see him again since I hadn't seen Bailoff since like the early 80s when I was really young. So it was cool to see him when I was older. And I think that was like mid 90s, like towards the late 90s maybe, when they got back together. I can't remember the exact time, but that was an awesome show. Another cool show is when me and my son, one of his first shows I took him to was Slayer. And it was on the album. I don't fucking know the names of those albums. It had Americon. I remember that because they were always like, Americon. And I'm like, this fucking sucks dick, dude. I hate this song. But anyways, it was on that record. And there was this dude in line with us, in front of us. And he's like, yeah, man, fuck Slayer, dude. And, typical guy in line. And we're like, cool, man. And he's like, yeah, man, where you sitting? And I'm like, well, we got balcony seats like towards the top. And he's like, yeah, me too, man. He's like, fuck that shit. I'm getting down. And I'm like, okay. And so we were kind of laughing at him. And we go in. Sure enough, man, there's like so much security. Like you have to stay in your area. You can't leave. They have like guards at every little area. So you can't get down to the floor. This dude starts jumping down the balcony. He's like hanging down the fucking balcony area and then getting down to the next level. And we're watching him, and every time he's like, he'll start jamming out to a song, but he's on the next balcony. So he gets like almost down to the end, man, and the security gets him and they fucking toss him out. But it was fucking hilarious. I was like, fuck, man, he's actually doing this. But that was a good time. The main reason I picked that show wasn't for that. So we go, right, we're watching the show, and I think it was like Gary Holt was new in the band, and they start off with Americon or something, and I'm like, all right, well, this isn't going to be great, but it's Slayer, right? They'll play some good songs. So they play Americon, and he's like, what's up? Like, that's off our new album, blah, blah, blah. But we ain't going to play any of that shit tonight. We're only going to play old shit. And I'm like, what? And so, yeah, so then they play like 4 songs on Hella Waits, including Necrophiliac, At Dawn They Sleep, like 4 songs off fucking Show No Mercy, Haunting the Chapel, South of Heaven, and then probably a couple songs off Seasons, a lot of Rain and Blood. Fucking amazing, man. They didn't play any new shit except for that one song. So I was just like so like stoked to like actually get to see them play old songs again, and it was with my son. I was like, they're never gonna do this again, and they never did. Like, they'll never play these songs again. It's like a once in a lifetime type of thing. So it was fucking cool, man. I'll never forget that show. I'm just glad, you know, my son was there. All right, up next, the time I went and saw Repulsion, man. That was a good show. So Repulsion, I went with my buddy Daryl, who was in Exhumed, who was up until the first record, and we went together. And when we got there, I think Matt was doing something in the band. He was playing guitar or something. I don't remember. So we went and talked to him, and then he's like, oh man, let's go like talk to the guys in Repulsion. So we go backstage, and like Daryl's like, yeah man, what's up? Like, these are the guys that invented the fucking blast beat, man. And I'm like, cool, Daryl. Daryl's, you know, on one. So I'm like, yeah, cool, man. And then he's like, oh man, I like your tattoo. It's this Dawn of the Dead one. I'm like, cool. And he's like, yeah, it's sick, man. You like horror movies? You know, we start talking about horror movies, and he's like, grab a beer. And so he had a cooler there, and we just started fucking drinking and talking about horror movies. It was just a cool time hanging out with Repulsion, you know what I mean? So that was awesome. Totally awesome. Memorable show. Another show that was awesome, again with my son, we went and saw this AC/DC tribute band. Super fun, man. I just saw they were playing like down the street. I was like, I don't know who this band is, but let's go check it out. Never saw AC/DC, one of my all-time favorite bands, but I never got to see them live. So it was cool to see this tribute band. The singer kind of looked like Brian Johnson, and the other guitarist looked like Angus Young, and then the other guys were kind of wearing wigs and stuff. You could tell those were like the two dudes, right? And there was this dude there, and he was like drunk, I guess. He was pretty wasted. He was like from another country, I think. I don't know where. He sounded German, but he thought that AC/DC was really playing, and he kept calling the guy Brian. He's like, what's up, Brian? He was just so excited, and he was stuffing money into his jean jacket pocket because he was out in the crowd. He was doing like the, you know, where Angus is on his shoulders, but he would actually come out in the crowd with him playing guitar. And then we were just busting up, man. It was just funny. The guy just thought he was seeing AC/DC. It was just, and they were just like, I was just like, oh, dude, that's crazy. And the singer was just like, no, dude, no, you don't have to give me money. But yeah, that was super fun. Just hanging out at that show. What else? Oh, Dissection, man. I went and saw Dissection. Somberlane tour? Is that it? I think so. I don't remember what tour it was, but yeah. Fucking great shit. Never forget that show. Dissection fucking killed it. They opened for At the Gates opened for a Dissection, and then Entombed? It was either Entombed or Carcass were the headliners. And I don't remember any of that. All I remember is Dissection. So yeah, it's fucking killer, man. They fucking killed it, man. Just, man, they sounded so good. And you know, my friends were there. My buddy Dan was there. It was like early 90s, mid 90s. Yeah, kind of mid 90s. So we were like talking about like starting this black metal band and stuff. It was just a cool time. It was fun. We never did the black metal band. But anyways, fuck it. All right, next one. I wrote these down. Things that happened at shows. So these aren't necessarily like your favorite shows, but crazy things happened at them that you remember. One of the first ones I remember, not one of the first shows, but I remember going to see the band Uada. I think I'm pronouncing that right. UADA. I think kind of a newer black metal band. Kind of have some dissection influences. But I went and saw them, and I'm not really into like new stuff like that, but I heard them before, and they're again playing down the street, so went and go check them out. And whatever, they're atmospheric black death or whatever. So everybody's just like, there's huge fog machines. They're all wearing like black cloaks and masks and everything. And then these fucking this dude and his girlfriend, they start trying to start this pit, right? And they're just being annoying. They're like slamming into everybody and just being totally obnoxious. I remember being really annoyed, like, dude, it's not really gonna happen here. But they wouldn't stop. And at some point, his girlfriend threw him into me, which then I proceeded to grab him and throw him, just like I normally do when people bump into me. But for some reason, he flew. I don't know if I just tossed him too hard or whatever. He flew this way and like slammed his face into this metal railing, and then I grabbed his head and like ran to the bathroom. And his girlfriend ran after him, and I'm like, oh shit, sorry man, I wasn't like trying to do anything like that, but it's not really time to start a pit, bro. So anyways, that was a crazy thing, because it was like super unexpected, and like I wasn't trying to hurt anyone, but it just happened. Another time, something similar to that, again, I was in the outside of a pit. I don't remember who was playing. I think it was like a Violence or Exhorter or something like that. But I remember I was just on the outside of the pit, where you just kind of like push people, but you have like that super good view. So I was just there, and like there's this one dude. He was just like punching people and like just like going crazy. And he ended up getting like pushing into me or something. And I threw him. And he totally fell down on the ground, like on his side, and was like twitching, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then like he got up, and he had like a limp, and I guess he was like mentally challenged, but I didn't know that. The guy next to me is like, come on, man. And I'm like, I didn't know. This is funny. Come on, man. That's funny. Anyways. Oh shit. So that was one of the other times that interesting things happened. Another time, the last show I went to, which was like 2 years ago, Cannibal Corpse. A bunch of deathcore bands opened for them, which was fucking horrible. But Cannibal Corpse were really good. I was hanging outside because I didn't want to see the bands. I was sitting next to some guy. I don't remember. We started. I think I was wearing some shirt, and he was like, "Oh, sick band" or whatever. And his girlfriend was like, "You know who this is?" And I'm like, "Your boyfriend? Like, what do you mean?" Like, "No, he's the guitarist for Vile. You ever heard of Vile?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm from the Bay Area. I know Vile." And then so that was cool. We were like talking, had a couple beers, and his girlfriend was like, "Yeah, man, you should like come to our ranch, and we can ride some horses and stuff, smoke some weed." And I'm like, cool. Yeah, but that never happened. But I was like, yeah, cool. So, but yeah, I never ended up going and hanging out with Vile and his girlfriend. I don't even remember the guy's name, but that was another fun thing that happened. There's tons of things that's happened to me at shows. Things happen to me all the time. But you know that from my channel. All right, next question. Oh, wait, one more thing. I forgot this one. So I was at Grave, and I don't remember the tour. I think it was You'll Never See or Soulless. I don't remember which one. But there was, how you go to shows, or I don't know anymore, but back in the day, there would always be the same guys. It'd be the same dudes. You'd see them all the time. You'd be like, oh, that's Trench, because he wears a trench coat. Oh, that's fucking Dan. So this was Dan. We called him Dan because he looked like my friend's stepdad, Dan. He was just like this normal guy, right? But he was at all the death metal shows. So we see Dan, and we're like, oh shit, Dan's here. And he's like, we're waiting for Grave to start, and I brought this prop. Actually, I did I just had this over here, and I was like, oh shit, I need this prop. So the lights are about to go down, and he just starts chanting grave, and he's like, grave, grave. And then he pulls out this skull that I don't know where he got from, but he just pulls out this skull, and he's like, grave, 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 the whole time. Grave, grave. And I'm like, all right, dude, you brought your own prop skull? That's cool. And he was just doing that, and then they started playing, and he was just like, with the skull. So, during the show. Grave. Grave. I don't know, man. It was hilarious. I almost forgot that one. Good thing I did. This is like the third time I've done this fucking video, man. I forgot some CDs last time, and I was like half an hour into it, and I'm like, motherfucker. But anyways, next question. Other music you listen to besides metal, and some examples. Alright, so this is where we start to get to show and tell. And like I said, you guys can do like one record, or you can talk about it. You don't have to show stuff if you really don't want to. But I'll start off with Tomita. This is a concept album about the Bermuda Triangle. It's all Moog and synthesizer based and computer based, from the 70s. Fucking awesome shit. I love stuff like this. Tomita. And then like a lot of this stuff you're gonna be like, yeah dude, we get it. You like The Cure, Sisters of Mercy, like a lot of goth shit, Christian Death, Joy Division. But I've been listening to this stuff for fucking years. Swans. I love industrial, fucking Front 242, the first Ministry, my favorite Ministry record, Land of Rape and Honey. I love this record because it like borders still on industrial, but has like the metal elements, but it's not pure metal yet. So I really like that style on that record. Head of David, and I know like I can't remember who the guy is in this, but one of the guys from Godflesh, or Napalm Death, and this is kind of in that same kind of style, a less bombastic, I guess, more music. I don't remember like exactly the kind of music, but in that style. This band is kind of odd band. Warlock Pinchers, Deadly Kung Fu Action. I believe these dudes were from the Bay Area, like that Raiders logo, but kind of like a Faith No More type of band, kind of. Original stuff here, I really like this kind of stuff. And then, you know, all the rap shit that I like, Eazy-E. And, you know, mostly I like gangster shit from the fucking 90s, late 80s, NWA. G-Funk shit from the Bay Area. Power by Ice-T. MC8. And then I like a lot of some of the newer hip hop stuff, especially like the horror stuff like Ill Bill and Necro and Jedi Mind Tricks and, you know, all that kind of shit. I'm not going to name everything. Wu-Tang shit. And then like some 666. This is like some horror type stuff. A lot of like satanic G-Funk kind of stuff. Really fucking awesome shit. I love this record. And then, you know, funk shit like Isaac Hayes, Funkadelic, all those bands. Disco shit. I really like these comps, like Pure Disco and like the K-Tel comps. This has like Donna Summer, Andy Gibb, the Commodores, stuff you could just throw on and just be like chilling to. And you don't have to worry about there's going to be a bad song or anything because they're all great songs. And then, you know, all the soundtrack shit, man. Halloween, Evil Dead, all the horror shit. Creep Show. Whoa. Creep Show. What else did I grab here? Blood Feast, 2000 Maniacs. That's a cool one. I love the Blood Feast soundtrack. Exorcist with the original Obi on it. shit. Gotta love Tubular Bells, right? Alright. So, you know, all that kind of music. I listen to all sorts of shit except for like new stuff. I love 80s, new wave, a lot of old 70s stuff, old like outlaw country stuff, CB stuff, yeah, just trucker stuff, all sorts of shit, man. So yeah, show me that kind of stuff. Show me what you listen to that isn't metal. Because that gets boring, right? You can't just sit there and listen to metal all the time. I mean, you could, I guess. What else? Oh, so some stuff that you know is pretty bad. So these would be like records you know, like, dude, these suck, but you still like them anyways, even though you're like, you don't tell anybody. You're not like, oh, check this out, I love this band. So basically shitty stuff that you like. And I know you're gonna be like I like Limp Bizkit and Korn. I take it to another level, man. I take it to fucking Cottonmouth Kings. Oh man, I love this CD. It sucks so bad, but it's so good. Super catchy, like rap shit. Yeah, I love this, man. I love that. I listen to a lot of that still. Feel These Dreams, man. Underrated. This is the bass player for fucking Korn's like solo CD, and it's like a G-Funk rap CD, but with him playing bass on it and him rapping. Fucking amazing, dude. Amazing garbage. Love it. Oh, yeah, and you gotta have some Hollywood Undead. Just catchy crap, man. Stuff that is, you know, that you're like, you can just put out by the fucking grill and listen to, even though, you know, like, you're not gonna be like, oh, my favorite band's Hollywood Undead, or you're not gonna wear a shirt or anything, but still, that's just like shit I like, that I know sucks, basically. So show me some of that, because that's where it's at, right? All right. What else do you collect, and other hobbies do you have besides music? Okay. So for me, man, I collect a lot of things, if you can't tell. But I like toys. I like a lot of bootleg toys, like the Spider-Man. I don't know. I like the aesthetic of the bootleg. I just like how it looks so horrible. He has like some weird white gun. But it's still RoboCop. So yeah, I like that. Here's a Dawn of the Dead bootleg from Japan that came out in like the 90s, I think. I got a bunch of these. There's like the whole collection of them. I have them all, but this is the only one I have in the package. And then this one's cool. It's a Michael Jackson Thriller action figure with him in a coffin. And there's like a bunch of the dancers and stuff. The Graveyard Gang. Just fucking awesome shit, dude. Here's another one. The Terminator T2 figure. Look at that packaging. Fucking amazing, man. And then, you know, I collect the horror stuff. Like The Thing. Mego stuff. Batman. And then I have a bunch of the Star Wars figures. Here's an original, you know, fucking Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi, still on the card. I have a bunch of these, obviously not all Boba Fett, but all sorts of different ones, still packaged, and then also out of the package. I love Star Wars stuff, old stuff, Predator, Alien stuff, all that stuff from the 90s. And then I do have like more like other horror stuff. I still collect some of the Friday the 13th. I got a bunch of this, like American Psycho, Exorcist, all that stuff, all the horror shit. And then, you know, gotta have the Mr. T figure, man. I love Mr. T. So I got a couple Mr. T's. I got a few different ones, but this is the one I love, the large size one with the chain and the fucking overalls, ready to beat your ass. Love me some Mr. T. Love me some fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. His pants are falling down. This is a weird figure they made for Commando. Yeah, but they made these giant figures. I have a ninja one too, which is cool. Love that shit. And then, you know, I collect a lot of monster horror stuff. Shogun Warrior, Godzilla. Love that with the shooting hand. Alien from 1979. Kenner Toys put that out. And then, yeah, so all those toys I collect. And then another thing I really love is I do collect horror movie posters, comic books. I didn't bring any of that shit. But I collect a lot of VHS tapes, mainly horror. I picked out a few. Joysticks is a fun one. Awesome video game movie. If you haven't seen this and you like 80s movies, like 80s sex movies, definitely check out Joysticks. It's hilarious. Great slasher movie, The Prowler. Love this movie. Check it out if you like violent slashers, Tom Savini effects. There's another fun one, Train to Fight. This was actually filmed in San Jose next to my house. Fucking hilarious acting. Also known as college kickboxers. But yeah, see if you can find this. Even if it's on YouTube, it is worth a watch. Rad. So the classic BMX movie. I know this is on Blu-ray now, but nothing tops watching it on VHS, right? I do collect some old school BMX bikes too. So I have about 6 or 7 old school BMX bikes, Mongoose Racing, Dinos, GTs, which are in the other side of this basement, which I plan on restoring. I have a Diamondback there too, but for the most part they're all together. I just need to get a couple new parts and stuff. Just fun stuff I like to do besides you know, other stuff I collect, some skateboard stuff too. More movies, Cool as Ice, the Vanilla Ice movie. Fucking amazing. Great shit. Highly recommended. Another good slasher, Maniac. Awesome movie. Super brutal, nasty fucking slasher, man. Some underground stuff, video violence too. These are like the rare things. Shit that goes for like $1,000. Another one, Midnight 2. All these are like shot on video movies. One of my favorite movies, I got this promo VHS that I like, Gummo. Great soundtrack too. It's got like Sleep, some black metal stuff on it. A super weird, fucked up movie, but it's awesome. Fucking awesome Italian zombie movie, Burial Ground. Love that one. Oh shit, I love breakdancing too. Body Rock with Lorenzo Lamas. Great breakdancing movie nobody talks about. Another one, Video Violence 1. I just like the covers on like some of these. That's what I'm showing them. Of course, Texas Chainsaw, one of my probably in my top 2, 3 horror movies of all time. Wizard video release. I really want the Atari video game of that. It's on my want list. Been on there for years, but it's expensive. Oh, here's one I picked out. Traces of Death 3. So 2 and 3 have, it's all Century Media does the soundtrack. So there's a lot of Grave, Asphyx, I think Morgoth is on there. It's all death metal. And this is like Faces of Death, but all this shit's real. I don't watch this kind of stuff anymore, but it was cool that, I mean, I think I'll probably grab the soundtrack. And they only made the soundtrack for 3, and it's the 2 is actually, I like 2, the soundtrack better for 2. It has more just the Grave on it. But it's just an interesting thing to bring up when I saw these. I have 1 through 3. I might have part 4 in them. Last one, I'm just Zombie Bloodbath, another one with these cool covers, man. I believe it's a Todd Sheets flick. Just underground stuff. And then, you know, I got like How to Break Dance. Classic, man. I have like videos on knives, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that's it, man. So, like I said, on the 13th next month, put it in. Let's see what you guys got. Can't wait to check it out. And again, thank you guys so much for giving me fucking 1,000 subscribers. And you know. give me more suggestions. Like, I love it when people are like, hey, top 10 of this, or what do you think of that? Then I have something to go on instead of me like trying to come up with some dumb shit. I mean, I have like some more stuff to do, but I know people want to see more VHS, like top most expensive VHS you have, or whatever, top more expensive, vinyl records you might have, and stuff like that. Or I don't know. Maybe I'll do more like, I want to do more like the let's have a beer and talk thrash metal. I'm thinking of doing some live streams, but I don't know how many people are gonna be on there or who wants to do that. But if you guys want to do a live stream or something and talk about like something specific, let's do it. Or if you just want to shoot the shit. But yeah, anyways, man, let's get those entries in, and I will talk to you soon.